Most people think that clear skin starts with the right cleanser or mask, but the truth is, everything begins long before that first swipe across your face. Preparation is the foundation of every successful deep cleanse. Without it, even the best tools and products can work against you instead of for you. Think of it like painting a wall. You wouldn't just grab a brush and start slapping on color without smoothing the surface first. Your skin deserves that same kind of care and intention. When you take the time to prepare, you're not only softening the skin and loosening debris trapped in the pores, you're also signaling to your body and your mind that this is a moment of self-care. Preparation is what transforms cleansing from a routine chore into a calming ritual. It's what sets the tone for everything that follows, especially in ASMR skincare, where the rhythm of every movement, the gentle sound of water, and the soft brush against the skin all work together to relax and restore. Now, one of the biggest mistakes people make when dealing with blackheads or pimples is skipping that preparation step entirely. They dive straight into extraction, believing they can just press them out quickly and move on. But when the skin isn't properly prepped, pores are tight, the surface is dry, and inflammation is just waiting to happen. What follows is usually redness, irritation, or worse, tiny scars that take weeks to fade. That's why professionals never start without first creating the right conditions. The skin needs to be warm, supple, and receptive. It needs to trust the process. The best way to start is with a gentle cleanse using lukewarm water, not hot, not cold. Hot water can strip away your skin's natural oils, while cold water can tighten pores and trap impurities inside. Lukewarm water hits that sweet spot. It softens without shocking. Then comes the cleanser, but not the harsh, foaming kind that leaves your skin feeling squeaky clean. That squeak might feel satisfying, but it usually means you've stripped your barrier dry. Instead, you want something low in surfactants, rich in soothing ingredients, and balanced for your skin's natural pH. This step doesn't just remove dirt and oil, it prepares the surface so the next steps can work more effectively. After cleansing, it's time to focus on opening up those pores. Steaming or using a warm compress for a few minutes helps soften sebum and dead skin cells that have settled deep inside. This isn't just about heat, it's about patience. Allow the warmth to do its work gradually, melting away tension as much as buildup. If you close your eyes during this step, you can almost feel the pores beginning to breathe. The steam helps release what's trapped, but it also reminds you that skincare isn't supposed to be rushed. Each breath, each moment of warmth becomes part of the relaxation that defines the ASMR experience. What's just as important as what you do before extraction is what you don't do. No harsh scrubs, no picking at the skin, and definitely no tugging. The more you try to rush the process, the more resistance you create. Blackheads and pimples respond best when your skin is calm and hydrated, not tight or inflamed. When the skin's surface is supple and well-prepped, extraction become cleaner, more precise, and far less traumatic. This is how you minimize redness and maximize results. And while most people think of cleansing as purely physical, removing oil, dirt, and dead cells, it's also emotional. That moment when you take a warm towel to your face, when you move your fingertips in slow, circular motions, when you hear the subtle lather against the skin, that's not just cleansing, that's connection. ASMR deep cleansing emphasizes this connection because every sensory cue, from the soft whisper of bubbles to the quiet exhale of steam, helps release stress that your skin can literally reflect. Stress hormones like cortisol can make acne worse, so calming the mind before you even start the extraction isn't just relaxing, it's therapeutic. Preparation also means setting the right mindset. You're not fighting your skin, you're working with it. Too often, people treat their pores like enemies that need to be conquered. But skin that's inflamed, irritated, or overworked can't heal properly. You have to create an environment where your skin feels supported. Hydrate before you cleanse, protect after you extract, and most of all, give your skin time to respond. The goal isn't to force a change overnight, it's to nurture consistent balance over time. So the next time you get ready for a deep cleansing session, don't skip straight to the action. Slow down, feel the warmth of the water, the softness of the cleanser, the rhythm of your breathing. Every step you take to prepare your skin isn't just about better results, it's about creating a moment of peace in the process. When you prepare with patience and care, your skin doesn't just look better, it feels like it's finally being listened to. And that's where true healing begins. There's something almost magical about that moment. When steam touches your skin, the warmth, the softness, the quiet release. It's not just about opening pores, it's about easing tension, physically and mentally. Before any effective extraction can happen, the skin has to be in the right state, soft, pliable, and calm. That's where steam and warmth come in. They're the unsung heroes of every deep cleansing ritual, the difference between an aggressive squeeze and a gentle, satisfying release. Imagine trying to remove a splinter from dry, Cold skin, it resists, it hurts, it fights back. Now picture doing the same thing after a warm shower when the skin is relaxed and flexible. The splinter slips out with far less effort. Blackheads and pimples behave the same way. When you give your skin warmth and moisture, you're not forcing it to open, you're inviting it to. That's what this step is all about, coaxing, not commanding. The process doesn't have to be complicated. Even a few minutes of gentle steam from a bowl of warm water or a soft, heated towel pressed lightly against the face can make a huge difference. It's not the length of time that matters most. It's the stillness you create during those moments. You can almost feel the pores starting to yield, the sebum loosening, the tension melting away. The warmth increases circulation, allowing oxygen and nutrients to flow freely, while the moisture hydrates the surface. It's a simple, quiet ritual, but it sets the stage for everything that comes next. This is also where the ASMR experience really begins to take shape. The faint hiss of the steam, the drip of condensation, the soft pat of a towel, all of these sounds create a sensory environment that slows your breathing and quiets the mind. It's almost meditative. When you're in that state of calm, you stop rushing, your movements become slower, more deliberate. You start to care not just about the end result, but about the process itself. That shift in energy changes how your skin reacts too. When you're relaxed, your body releases less cortisol, meaning less inflammation and fewer stress-induced breakouts. What feels like self-indulgence is actually self-preservation. It's also worth noting that not all warmth is created equal. Scalding steam might feel intense, but it can do more harm than good. Too much heat can strip moisture, weaken your skin barrier, and even trigger rosacea or sensitivity. The goal isn't to sweat your pores open, it's to soothe them. Warm, not hot, gentle, not overwhelming. Think of it like preparing dough. You don't blast it with heat to make it rise faster, you give it just enough warmth and time to develop naturally. During this step, you can also introduce subtle skin-loving ingredients that complement the heat. Adding a few drops of chamomile or green tea to your steam can infuse it with antioxidants and calming compounds that help reduce inflammation while you soften the skin. These aren't just aromatic touches, they actually contribute to the skin's recovery. The scent adds to the ASMR element too, layering relaxation through smell and sound together. Every inhale reminds you that skincare isn't punishment, it's therapy. If you prefer a more tactile ritual, a warm compress can replace steam entirely. A soft microfiber cloth soaked in warm water, wrung out, and gently pressed against the face for a minute or two can be just as effective. The key is repetition. Apply, breathe, remove, repeat. Each round deepens the effect. You're slowly building that perfect balance between hydration and warmth, encouraging your pores to let go without any force. The magic of this step is that it bridges science and sensation. On a biological level, the heat helps break down the lipid bonds in the sebum that clogs pores, making it easier to extract later without trauma. On a sensory level, it triggers relaxation responses that calm both your skin and your mind. You can feel it, your face softening, your shoulders dropping, your jaw unclenching. It's no coincidence that skin often looks its best when you're at ease. Too often, people treat cleansing as a rush job, splash, scrub, rinse, done. But the truth is, your skin responds to rhythm and patience. The more gently you approach it, the more willingly it cooperates. You're not trying to defeat blackheads or pimples, you're trying to help your skin release what it no longer needs. When steam becomes part of that process, it's like giving your pores permission to exhale. So before you ever reach for an extractor or a treatment, take that moment to steam, soften and soothe. Let the warmth remind you that healthy skin isn't achieved through force, it's achieved through balance. The more calmly you approach your skin, the more it rewards you in return. There's a fine line between helping your skin and hurting it, and that line is often drawn at the moment of pressure. Most people think extraction is all about squeezing. The harder you press, the more you get out. But that's where so many go wrong. True, effective extraction isn't about aggression, it's about understanding. It's about reading the skin, feeling its response, and knowing exactly when to stop. When done right, it's almost effortless. A release, not a battle. The skin gives you signals if you know how to listen. A blackhead that's ready to come out doesn't need force. It will glide out with minimal resistance after proper prep and softening. But when someone presses too hard or too soon, they're not just forcing out debris, they're breaking capillaries, bruising the tissue, and sometimes driving bacteria deeper inside. That's how inflammation starts and how one blackhead can turn into 3 new breakouts. The key is patience and precision, not power. Imagine trying to open a door that's slightly stuck. You can kick it, slam it, and maybe it will open, but you'll damage the frame, or you can nudge it gently, wiggle the handle, find the angle, and it opens smoothly. The skin works the same way. It rewards careful, mindful movement. The right technique isn't about pressing down, it's about rolling and guiding. A gentle rocking motion, steady and controlled, often does far more than a deep, forceful push ever could. There's also a misconception that every blackhead or pimple must be removed immediately. In reality, not everything on your face is ready. Some clogged pores are still developing under the surface, and touching them only worsens irritation. This is where awareness matters most. Learning to distinguish between what's ripe for extraction and what needs more time or treatment is one of the most valuable lessons anyone can learn for healthy skin. If it doesn't release easily, leave it alone. The skin is not your enemy. It's just asking for more care before it lets go. Even the way you position your hands makes a difference. Clean fingers wrapped in tissue, or better yet, gloved, applying even, balanced pressure on both sides of the pore helps control the direction and amount of force. Using professional tools like a comb-down extractor requires that same control, not pressing straight down, but easing at the edges to lift the blockage upward, not drive it inward. The difference between those two approaches can determine whether you end up with a smooth pore or a red, inflamed bump the next morning. And once that blackhead finally releases, resist the temptation to keep going over the same area. The skin is tender afterward. Pushing again only creates trauma. Instead, pause, breathe, and let the skin recover. Wipe gently, disinfect lightly, and let the moment of relief settle in. That calm, deliberate rhythm is what defines effective extraction. It's not dramatic, it's not harsh, it's measured and mindful. You can feel the satisfaction of doing it right, of helping the skin instead of punishing it. What makes this step truly special is that it's as much about control as it is about compassion. When you take your time, you're showing respect for the skin's limits. You're saying, I understand what you can handle, and I won't push you past that. That mindset changes the entire experience. It transforms extraction from something mechanical into something therapeutic. And in the ASMR setting, this is where the tactile sensations, the soft clicks of the tools, the subtle pops, the gentle wipes become part of that soothing, satisfying rhythm that calms the viewer as much as it cleanses the skin. There's also something deeply human about the act of extraction when done with care. It's the moment when patience, technique, and awareness meet. It's knowing that not every blemish needs immediate attention, that the goal isn't perfection, but progress. It's understanding that healthy skin doesn't come from how much you can remove in one session, but how well you preserve its integrity through the process. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stop. That's a skill too, knowing when to step back. You might see a tiny clog that refuses to budge, and the urge to keep pressing will be strong, but the smartest move is to leave it for another day. The skin heals best when you give it space. Tomorrow, that same spot may come out effortlessly because today you respected it enough not to force it. When you replace harshness with precision, you create results that last longer and look better. Extraction isn't supposed to be a fight, it's a collaboration. You prepare the skin. Apply gentle pressure, listen to its response, and stop the moment it resists. That balance between firmness and care is what separates a breakout from a breakthrough. The less you force, the more your skin will trust you, and that trust always shows. Once the impurities are out, the real work begins. Most people think extraction is the final step, but that couldn't be further from the truth. What you do right after is what determines how your skin will look and feel tomorrow, next week, and even months down the line. Post-extraction care isn't about luxury, it's about protection, healing, and balance. Because once you've cleared those pores, your skin is in a delicate state. The barrier has been disrupted, the pores are open, and the surface is more vulnerable than ever. How you treat it in that moment can either help it recover beautifully or send it spiraling into redness, irritation, and breakouts. This is where calm and intention matter most. After extraction, the skin needs comfort, not stimulation. Think of it as tending to freshly tilled soil. You wouldn't throw harsh chemicals on it, you'd nurture it so something healthy can grow. The same goes for your skin. This is the time to bring in soothing ingredients that restore and rebuild niacinamide to calm inflammation, Centella asiatica to repair the barrier, aloe vera to cool and hydrate. These are the quiet heroes that don't just make your skin feel good in the moment, they set the foundation for long-term clarity and resilience. The first instinct for many people is to keep doing more. They'll grab acids, toners, or clay masks thinking they're reinforcing the clean. But what your skin actually needs now is a break. The goal isn't to tighten or dry out the pores, it's to allow them to breathe and heal naturally. Overworking your skin right after extraction can undo all your effort. The redness will linger, sensitivity will spike, and that glow you were chasing will fade into dullness. Instead, focus on moisture. Hydration is the bridge between cleansing and healing. A light, hydrating serum followed by a gentle moisturizer can seal and comfort and prevent water loss. This is also the perfect moment to add a cooling step, whether it's a chilled jade roller, a cold compress, or even a splash of cool water. Lowering the temperature of the skin helps calm inflammation and constrict the pores slightly, reducing the risk of bacteria settling in. That cooling sensation isn't just physically relieving, it's psychologically soothing too. It tells your body, we're safe now. That sense of tranquility becomes part of the healing process, both for your skin and your mind. You might notice tiny marks or mild redness after extraction. That's completely normal, but it's how you handle it that makes the difference. Picking, scratching, or trying to fix the spots with makeup or exfoliants will only make things worse. Instead, treat your skin like a healing wound. Be gentle with it. Keep it clean, keep it hydrated, and let it recover in peace. Within a day or two, that calm will turn into clarity. The skin will look refreshed, not raw. If you think about it, this part of the process mirrors what happens emotionally after release. Extraction is a form of letting go. Your pores release buildup just as you release tension. But once that release happens, you need a period of rest. Without it, you stay in a state of irritation. The post-extraction phase is that rest period. It's where you allow balance to return. The ASMR aspect of deep cleansing embodies this perfectly. The soft brushing, the quiet tapping, the delicate movements, they're all designed to guide the skin and the senses into calm. You can almost feel the shift from intensity to stillness, from activity to healing. This is also where barrier repair takes center stage. Your skin's barrier is like its immune system. It keeps the good in and the bad out. When that's compromised, everything feels off: dryness, breakouts, sensitivity, even oiliness. But once you support that barrier, your skin becomes self-sufficient again. Ingredients like ceramides, panthenol, and squalane help rebuild that protective layer, sealing in hydration and restoring elasticity. It's like giving your skin armor made of comfort. And don't forget, post-extraction care extends beyond that single moment. Your skin continues healing for hours after the session ends. During this time, keeping your hands off your face and avoiding heavy makeup or sun exposure can make all the difference. Think of it as giving your skin space to breathe and recover without interference. When you respect that recovery window, your skin rewards you with a smoother texture and a lasting glow. In the same way that preparation sets the tone for extraction, post-extraction care defines the outcome. It's the bridge between cleansing and renewal, between effort and reward. It's where you transform a simple procedure into true skin restoration. When you give your skin that gentle closure, that calm after the cleanse, you're not just maintaining its health, you're teaching it how to heal beautifully. Because true clarity doesn't come from what you remove. It comes from how you care for what remains. We live in a world that's obsessed with instant results. People want to see their pores vanish overnight, their acne disappear by morning, and their skin transform after a single product or treatment. But skin doesn't work that way. It's not a switch you flip, it's a relationship you build. The truth is, real clarity doesn't come from intensity, it comes from consistency. The skin thrives on rhythm, not shock. It responds best to gentle, repeated care rather than one dramatic, harsh intervention. Many people fall into the trap of doing too much too soon. They'll scrub daily, use high-strength acids, try every trending mask, and then wonder why their skin feels raw, tight, or suddenly full of new breakouts. What's happening isn't a reaction to a lack of effort. It's the result of too much effort applied without balance. The skin barrier, that invisible layer protecting you from bacteria and irritation, can only take so much. Once it's compromised, it becomes hypersensitive, and even the mildest products start to sting. It's the skin's way of saying, I need a break. Think of your skin like a muscle. You wouldn't go to the gym, lift the heaviest weights you can find for 5 hours, and then skip a week because you're sore. You'd injure yourself. You'd see no progress. Instead, you'd pace yourself: consistent training, moderate effort, steady recovery. The same principle applies to skincare. A gentle daily routine, followed faithfully, will always outshine a once in a deep overhaul. It's about steady commitment, not occasional intensity. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up for your skin even on the days you're tired, even when it doesn't look its best. Cleansing every night, moisturizing even when you feel oily, applying sunscreen even when you're indoors. These are the habits that build long-term resilience. When you stick to them, your skin learns your rhythm. It begins to regulate itself. The oil production evens out, the inflammation settles, and those stubborn blackheads start appearing less frequently. It's also important to remember that your skin keeps a memory. Every harsh scrub, every impatient squeeze, every skipped night of care, it remembers. But it also remembers the calm. It remembers the nights you used soothing products, the moments you gave it hydration instead of stripping it dry. That memory shows up in how it heals. When you practice consistency, You're not just treating your skin, you're teaching it how to behave. There's a quiet kind of beauty in routines. They don't always give instant gratification, but they build trust between you and your skin. Over time, that trust shows as smoothness, radiance, and balance. The ASMR aspect of deep cleansing ties beautifully into this idea because consistency isn't just physical, it's emotional. When you approach your skincare routine calmly and mindfully, it becomes a daily act of grounding. The gentle motions, the rhythmic sounds, the soft sensations, they remind your mind and body to slow down. That peace itself can change your skin because stress and inflammation are deeply linked. The calmer your mind, the calmer your skin. It's easy to get discouraged when progress feels slow. Maybe you've been following your routine for weeks and the results still seem subtle. But here's the thing, subtle changes are sustainable ones. When your skin improves slowly, it means it's truly healing, not just reacting. Fast fixes often fade. But the results built through consistency stay. It's like nurturing a plant. It doesn't bloom overnight, but when it finally does, it's strong enough to last. And when your skin has those inevitable off days, and it will, consistency is what brings it back. Breakouts happen, stress happens, hormones fluctuate, but if you have a steady routine to return to, your skin recovers faster because it's balanced underneath. It's not about never having problems again. It's about building the kind of skin that bounces back with ease. Consistency also means not being swayed by every new product or trend that shows up on your feed. You don't need a 10-step routine or the latest miracle ingredient. Often, sticking to what works and giving it time does far more than constantly switching things up. Skin loves familiarity. It likes knowing what to expect. The most beautiful skin isn't the result of perfection, it's the result of patience. Every night you cleanse gently, every morning you protect your skin from the sun, every time you choose to treat instead of pick, you're building towards that glow. It's not dramatic, it's not flashy, but it's real. When it comes to deep cleansing and long-term clarity, the secret isn't how hard you work on your skin, it's how consistently you care for it. Gentle habits done every day will always outlast a single day of intensity. Because in the end, healthy skin doesn't just come from what you do once. It comes from what you're willing to keep doing. There's one thing people often overlook when it comes to their skin, the role of the mind. We talk so much about cleansers, exfoliants, and serums, but we rarely talk about stress, tension, and emotional rest. The truth is, your skin listens to your body more closely than you realize. Every late night, every wave of anxiety, every moment of frustration leaves its mark. When your mind is unsettled, your skin often mirrors it back. Breakouts flare, inflammation rises, and healing slows down. That's why the mind-skin connection is so powerful. And why relaxation isn't just a luxury, it's a remedy. When you think about ASMR deep cleansing, it's not just about the satisfying sounds or the soothing visuals, it's about what those sensations represent. They invite calm. They trigger a shift in the nervous system, moving you away from that constant state of alertness and into one of release. In that moment, your heart rate slows, your breathing steadies, and your body begins to heal. You can almost feel the stress melting away, like exhaling all the tension that's been hiding beneath your skin. Stress hormones like cortisol are one of the biggest culprits behind acne and dullness. When you're under constant pressure, your body produces more oil, inflammation spikes, and your immune response weakens, meaning it takes longer for pimples to heal and more likely for pores to clog. That's why relaxation isn't just emotional, it's biological. The calmer you are, the more balanced your hormones, the better your skin functions. It's a simple truth that science has confirmed again and again: peace looks good on you. There's something incredibly healing about turning skincare into a moment of mindfulness. The sound of water running, the gentle pat of a towel, the slow movement of your fingertips across your face, those small, intentional actions anchor you in the present. For a few minutes, it's just you and your breath. No deadlines, no notifications, no comparisons. You start to notice how your skin feels, where it's tight, where it's smooth, how it responds. You're not rushing to fix it. You're learning to understand it. That awareness alone can change the entire relationship you have with your skin. When the mind is calm, the skin follows. That's why so many people notice that when they're on vacation or feeling genuinely happy, their complexion suddenly clears up, their glow returns. It's not coincidence, it's chemistry. Your body produces less cortisol, more endorphins, and your circulation improves. You start to heal from the inside out, and that's exactly what deep cleansing ASMR captures. Not just the physical cleaning of the pores, but the emotional cleansing that happens when you give yourself permission to slow down. Every touch, every sound, every moment of quiet in that ritual becomes a cue to your body that it's safe. Safe to relax, safe to restore, safe to let go. That's why the process feels so different from ordinary skincare routines. You're not just performing a task, you're creating an atmosphere. The skin senses that difference. It's the reason why extractions done calmly, in silence, with careful precision, tend to heal faster and show less redness afterward. The body responds to gentleness. It always does. It's easy to underestimate how much emotional tension gets trapped in your face. The furrowed brows, the clenched jaw, the tightness around the eyes, all of it affects how your skin behaves. Sometimes the best skincare product isn't something you apply, but something you release. Taking a moment to breathe, to let your muscles relax, to soften your expression. These simple things can improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and bring that natural radiance back. You can't buy that kind of glow, you create it through presence. The beauty of the ASMR deep cleansing experience is that it reminds you that skincare can be meditative. You're not rushing toward the result, you're immersed in the process. You're teaching your body to associate care with calm, not with stress or urgency. Over time, that shift becomes visible. Skin that's nurtured in a peaceful state looks different, smoother, brighter, more alive. It's the physical reflection of internal balance. When you treat skincare as both a sensory and emotional experience, it becomes more than routine. It becomes a ritual of grounding. You're not just cleaning your face, you're resetting your whole system. You're telling yourself that you deserve care, that you can slow down, that healing doesn't have to hurt. The more you honor that connection between your mind and your skin, the more both will thrive. Because at the end of the day, glowing skin isn't just a reflection of what you put on it, it's a reflection of how you feel within it. Calm your mind, and your skin will follow.